Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Podcastville. It's an exciting episode today, Nick.
They're all exciting.
Well, let's introduce ourselves first. I'm your host for today. I'm Mario Rico. We got Nicky James Boyle.
Howdy.
Nick, we got a special guest here today.
We do, extra special.
Yeah, do you know who that is?
That looks like our friend and colleague Dalya.
Yeah, very, very special guest, Miss Dalya Farah, the one and only Dalya. Say hello.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on here today.
We kind of said we wanted to have your expertise, and you were begging us for weeks to come on this episode.
But what's up with the glasses? Are you like cool guy?
You know, Nick, first of all, yes, it's bright in here. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to get into the spirit of costumes because Halloween's coming up around the corner, but I will take them off because producer Cole is making a cringeworthy face at me. Thanks, Cole.
I thought you looked nice.
Thanks. See? Uplift.
Yeah.
No,
you gotta lift up your friends.
Anyways, Halloween is coming up, guys.
Yeah.
Hallows Eve.
Yeah, it's fun.
Are you getting excited?
It's one of my favorite holidays.
Did you still trick or treat?
No.
Hang on. You consider it a holiday?
Yeah, definitely.
Do we work on that day?
It's a working holiday, yes.
Oof. Do those things go in it? I was always scared of Halloween as a child.
Like the decorations or like the costumes? What?
Yes.
All of it.
All of it. Yeah, I was never a scary costume guy.
You know what's going on and what the stuff that's in my neighborhood? It's like these large Nightmare Before Christmas skeletons, but I'm like, these are Christmas decorations.
Ooh,
this
I
isn't
don't think
Halloween.
So. That's a Halloween movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's called
Right.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right. But
Right.
I don't know. That's a whole other topic in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. Costumes, I like to dress up, but I've never done a scary costume. Never.
When I was a kid, I was a witch for like 3 years in a row.
I could see that.
Different
Wait,
variations of
I
a
don't
witch.
mean-
I'm a witch, Mario?
What color? Was there a special color?
No, I mean, there's like the scary witch, and then there's the cute witch, and
What was your favorite?
variations. The one that always had like the vampire on the front
I
part?
think you're describing a vampire.
Yeah.
No. There's a combination of witch vampire costume out there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know about
What was your
this.
go-to?
I never had a go-to. Now I have a go-to.
Top
now
Gun.
I went out and I bought a very expensive replica jacket from Top Gun, so I go as Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
But I always change it up. I was a Jedi one year.
That's cool.
I was a Dragon Ball Z character.
Did you power up?
I did. I put blonde highlights in my hair, like the washable one.
That was last year.
No, I was 19 when that would be even cooler.
I was the guy that wore like the full baseball outfit, spikes and all.
I did that one year. I was Jeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to do it.
Did you ever do that?
No.
No.
I can't say it.
Do you guys do Halloween as adults?
It's a little different for me. Why don't you tell your story, Dalya? What do you do on Halloween?
Well, this is the first year actually that we have a baby in our family. So my nephew is going to be the first baby in our family. So we are super pumped.
What's he gonna be?
A
we haven't
collective
decided
baby.
yet. We kind of wanted to dress him up as the Wits penguin.
What is the Wits?
The Wits ice cream penguin.
No,
No.
I don't. I can't
Wow.
have dairy, so
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the mascot for Wits ice cream
we
is
don't
a
know
penguin.
this one.
No.
And we were going to dress him up. Well, you guys clearly don't like good ice cream. Never mind.
We
Or
don't even-
Jacksonville.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a little blue penguin.
Is it a Jax
he's
thing?
handsome, yeah. I
Yeah.
think they're somewhat Jax.
Gosh,
And he's going to be adorable.
You're such a Jack
gonna be
suck
adorable.
up.
I'm actually going to go as the Wits penguin for Halloween. this year.
Yeah. But okay, so what about you as like an adult person?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Nothing. We have work.
No, but on the weekend, you
well,
can like.
Georgia, Florida is always that weekend.
That's true.
So we will be there tailgating.
In a costume.
No.
Okay.
Well,
I don't like dressing
Halloween's
up
on-
as an adult.
She says
Halloween's
it's
on
her favorite
Tuesday.
holiday, working holiday, whatever she calls
I
it,
like
but
the
she's not even going to
atmosphere.
dress up?
I like the atmosphere.
All right, so how about this? Hypothetically, a party is thrown with adults, and they say, hey, wear a costume that isn't the Wits penguin, if that's a thing. What are you going as? A witch?
Wits-
Vampire?
The Wits penguin would win the contest.
You think so? No one even knows what this is.
Cole, back me up on this.
It exists.
I gotta Google
There are
this.
multiple locations. It's a penguin.
Is it ice cream or frozen custard?
Custard.
Custard.
See, that's just...
They got daily flavors.
But okay, answer me this. Do you guys don't ever like, oh, Halloween, I want to be X for Halloween. I want to be this person for Halloween. Like, I always think of that. You don't do that?
Not
really.
anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
Mario, we're adults.
Don't do that either.
Well, what did you? What if you weren't Maverick? What would you be?
I just make such a good Maverick. Like, so good,
Yeah.
right?
Can you give us like a little taste?
I feel the need. Oh, God. The need for speed. That's Maverick. Right?
Does Tom Cruise say that in the movie?
Help me! Help you! That's Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, wrong movie.
I think this year, I don't know why, I was thinking about being like a really corny Power Ranger.
You could do that.
Right. I have an awesome lightsaber.
The first time I met Mario,
Don't.
was it a different? It was a different job,
Yeah.
and
Wits.
we were scooping ice cream. No, he was in a Robin costume.
Oh my gosh. This is awful. Yeah. I made a legit Robin from Batman costume
Not
one
Batman.
year. Well, come on. Look, I am not Batman.
He went
I am-
sidekick.
I am a Robin. And I did not have a Batman with me, but I sewed the thing. I had the underwear on the outside. And we had a Halloween party. It was like Nick's first week, I think.
Yeah, I went as Superman.
Did you?
Original.
It was like a suit with the shirt open with the super.
Yeah. It wasn't Superman. He's like, hey guys, my name's Nick. He had
Wow, that's just.
he had
like
the mom jeans on.
Mom jeans, yeah.
He used to tell me the mom jeans. Anyways, okay, so you're no fun. So Nick, no costume.
Not even on Tuesday. Like,
No,
what
but
about
if you
handing out
had to,
candy?
I don't know. I got to think about it.
If you say which, you have to leave.
Maybe I will be a witch this year.
Yeah?
We'll see.
You should go as a defense attorney.
Whoa,
Get it?
That'd be wicked.
You just gotta go with someone with their pockets are sewed shut. Get it?
Like they don't
Oh, I
pay.
get it.
Yeah. Oh, it's an adjuster. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nick,
That counts.
Nick, what are you gonna go as?
This year, our son, my wife and I's son, he's about to be 2.
I like how you say my wife and I's son.
Yeah. He's going as a dinosaur,
Awesome.
and we're also going as dinosaurs.
How cute.
That's so cool.
And he's going to trick or treat for the first time. It's really fun. Usually, like last year, he was an astronaut and we were aliens,
Oh, that's cute.
and we sat at a table and handed out candy.
But you're human. You can be a dinosaur.
We're gonna transform.
Make your arm short. That's cool. I'll probably go as Maverick.
Original.
Yeah. So when you spend $600 on the prop jacket, you have to wear it every single day. So
$600.
not really. I think it was
Oh.
like $40, but still, it's pretty cool. If you get it wet, it'll just unravel.
Yeah. Halloween candy's not good for you though. Don't eat too much.
I'm not a big candy guy. I love Chocolat, the movie with Johnny Depp. No, I love chocolate, but I was never a big candy guy. It wasn't a part of my balanced diet growing up.
Yeah, it's not on one of those
A lot
charts.
of cured meats were as an Italian kid. Yeah, I mean, you were a fat kid. You probably ate your helping of cured meats.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of food. My
Yeah.
grandparents used to actually make me a cheeseburger when I got home from school.
It explains a lot.
Yeah.
It explains a lot.
Yeah, I was just downhill from there.
But you know what? I never followed the requirements as a child.
You talking about like the charts or the plates?
Something like that. You know what, Nick? That reminds me. I think today's legal corner, presented by Farah Farah, just so happens to be on that topic. Miss Dalya Farah, do you got something to say about the foods?
I do. So I wanted to talk a little bit about food law, and I first wanted to start off with a question for you two.
Okay,
Oh
let's hear it.
boy,
Are you ready?
I think so.
So is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
It's a fruit.
It is a fruit. It's one of my favorite fruits, but I wouldn't just pick it off a tree and eat it because they don't grow off trees; they grow off vines.
Vines, right?
So you both are wrong.
It's a
Are you-
vegetable.
Are you
So
serious?
actually, there was a Supreme Court case about this,
Stop it.
about if a tomato was a fruit or a vegetable.
With like the U.S. Supreme Court?
Yes.
Wait, since when are judges able to say what's a fruit, what's a vegetable?
Well, because there was this tariff law back in the 1800s, and they were trying to figure out if the tomato fit in part of this vegetable or fruit category.
Okay.
So depending on taxes, and so the Supreme Court came out and said it was vegetable.
Wow.
The more you know.
Who are they to be our judges?
Yeah. Who chose them to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can pick it up with the 1800s Supreme
Wow.
Court.
All right, so Dalya, let's get into the weeds here. Are candy bars on the with the food pyramid? What's going on here? What's going on in the food world?
Right. So every 5 years, the USDA puts out these dietary guidelines for the country: how to keep us healthy, how to keep us strong.
FDA is Food and Drug Administration.
USDA.
USDA.
Sorry,
okay.
did I say FDA? USDA. And so every 5 years, they put together this group of experts, and they come up with these guidelines. So, and they usually put them in a picture. You probably remember the pyramid.
Oh, the food pyramid.
I think that was our generation.
Oh yeah.
But back in 2011, they launched My Plate. Does anyone know what
Is that like an app?
Yeah, right.
My Plate.
Yeah, you have to friend your friends who like have pictures of fruit like tomatoes. You're like,
My friend's a banana. My friend's a grape.
So, there was the pyramid, which was my high school or elementary school
You could climb the
years.
pyramid.
And then there was My Plate. But in 2025, they are launching a new guideline.
Wait, are you
called the My
serious?
Pyramid.
There's a plate at the top of the pyramid?
I don't know if the graphic has been released yet, so stay tuned. But the interesting part about it is, so there's 25 experts, and 9 out of the 25 actually have a conflict of interest. And they actually have ties to a lot of these big industries and big corporations, which may be influencing how they give these guidelines.
So they have motive and opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 9 of the 25 people developing this new My Plate, or whatever we're going to call it, and they're backed by big food? Like, who are some of these?
Yeah, what's the big food that they're in the pockets of?
Right. So some of these conflicts of interest could be that they were paid consultant for some of these companies. All their research projects are funded by, for example, Big Dairy.
There's a Big Dairy. That's like my kryptonite. Big Dairy. Mario versus the Big Dairy. Don't do it. I'm sure that guy farts a lot.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
read that comic book, Mario versus the Big Dairy.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, we should
it's a
draw
Side
it.
graphic
note.
novel.
Side
Yeah,
note.
right down on the side. Keep
Right.
it down.
All right, so we can expect milk to be on there.
Well, yeah, because, My Plate does have a cup of dairy
Does it?
next to My Plate.
I don't know how you people eat
But also,
dairy.
there's so many things.
cheese.
Like I'm looking at the pyramid, and then next to it the plate. There's so many things on the pyramid. Like
Right.
Yeah,
Well, the
a lot of-
pyramid's outdated.
A
Nobody
lot of
uses the
fat
pyramid
kids
anymore.
in the pyramid days.
we're
No
just on
wonder
plates.
Nick was a
no
fat
one,
kid.
we only use My Plate
Okay,
now.
we're only plates. So we've got vegetables,
Right.
whole grains, fruits like tomatoes, and
Vegetables.
then a healthy protein. What?
Well, so the protein
no
part
dino
is...
nuggets.
Yeah, no dino nuggets.
Well, okay, a little side story about the meat part.
Yes, please.
So back in, I think it was 2015 or 2020, one of them, when they launched
Ooh,
new
2020,
dietary
great
guidelines.
year, I think.
The group actually said limit your intake of red meat, but then the meat industry lobby came back and they said
Big meat.
big meat.
Meat. That's what they called me in high school.
Nick versus...
That's Nick versus meat.
and then he got to college, and they quickly changed his name.
So the meat industry was like, you got to get this out. So they did lobby, and if you notice, it doesn't say that. It says lean meat.
lean meat. Do they give it a amount?
It's somewhere in there. I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yes.
So in 2025, when they come out with My Plate Plus, or whatever they call
That's a
it.
subscription service.
Right. You can bundle it with My Milk and My Meat.
Right.
What happens now? Like, what are the legalities? Like, how does law come into here? Because if we don't
Well-
mention law, Eddie will kill us. Yeah.
Well, we don't want that.
We don't
Mario.
want that.
So it's important because those guidelines are used for what we feed the kids in school,
Okay.
the military, federal funding, and how we prioritize certain, federal aid. It's all based on these guidelines.
Everything's
so,
political these days.
I know.
Jeez. Wait, so is our military eating the same food their kids are?
I think so.
Oh my
Based on
gosh.
what I read.
Were you buying lunch at kids or bringing lunch?
Well, lunch was my favorite period of school. Like, you'd have lunch. I was my high school had they brought in Chick-fil-A.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
like the sandwiches.
At your school?
Yeah, you could buy. So this was. Do you want to hear
Did
the
you go
Mickey
to Ritz
B?
Carlton High?
No, it was a high school, and I mean it was a public school.
Okay.
But this is my daily lunch, right? So it would be a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Then I would get my school had slushies, and then I would get like a blue raspberry slushie, and then buy gummies, like fruit gummies.
Like weed gummies?
No, fruit gummies.
Okay.
I
It's
think I
probably
was
safe.
like 15, 16.
That's the perfect age for those kind of gummies.
And then I would put them into the slushie, and then the gummies would get kind
Ooh,
of
you're a bad boy.
so bad. And then some cookies. And
Oh, stop, man.
yeah, I mean, I got to leave at like 1, so I would go home and sleep.
You were pre-diabetic.
Well, maybe.
Was the
You did
super-
not follow my plate.
No.
Was the superintendent of your school the cow? They eat more chicken
Yes,
cow?
yeah, they forced us to eat Chick-fil-A.
Duh.
But there was no My Plate.
I was a bring lunch person.
Yeah.
And
Which is funny
so-
because you don't bring lunch to work.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But so my family's Middle Eastern, so I brought hummus before it was trendy. Like everyone was like, "What is that?"
what is
Before
this?
was it sabra?
Before it was
Sabra?
everything. So I was always the one that had strange foods. But now we're very trendy.
You're not the only one. I had olives, salami,
Chicken
prosciutto,
Parmesan
mortadella.
Sammys.
I had to have my lunch had to be in
Mozzarella.
the fridge with the teacher's lounge where the chicken piccata would spoil.
You also had like
That's a comedian. I stole it from him.
you also had candles and
Oh,
checkered.
yes, the cutlery, like the
Right.
nice cutlery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cookies,
Bread.
Stella Dora.
Yeah.
No, it was bad. The school lunches, I thought they were good as a kid. The pizza was disgusting. I just was in Miami
It was
this
always
past
6
weekend.
minutes away from being ready.
Yeah, I had Miami pizza. I tasted it this weekend. It tasted like the cafeteria pizza. It was disgusting.
Well, that was at 1 a.m.
That's true. I don't think it was supposed to get any better at any other time.
No, well, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna redo it. My Plate Plus, and they're gonna be putting this into. Is there any like pushback? Who has a say in what should be in it? What shouldn't be in it?
Yeah, so this nonprofit was the one that did this whole investigations on these conflicts of interest. And I think the first step is transparency, at least acknowledging that there could be potential conflicts and figuring out that part of it. But, I kind of forget agency law, took that back in law school.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
know they make recommendations, and then there's like that period of time when people give recommendations and comments, and then it kind of evolves from there. So we can keep you updated about what
Well, I
the
wanna
2025 guidelines.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they think about when they make the pyramids and they're thinking about putting this recommendations in schools? Do you think they think about how like the cafeteria workers are going to like actually make the food, like food safety that way?
I don't think they actually make food. It's all a good old
throw it in
fashioned
the oven?
microwave.
I don't know if they touch on that, but I mean, it could be something they include too.
Yeah, I feel like if they're going to put it in schools and say you have to eat these 4 things from our school, how hard would it be to make a lean protein? Like that sort of
Probably
stuff.
hard. You're not getting Gordon Ramsay up in your kitchen.
Could
at
you imagine
school.
him coming into school cafeteria?
It's rotten.
It's frozen.
Shut it down, sir. This is a school. Shut it down.
Great Gordon Ramsay, by the way.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah.
Do you think they could get Pellegrino on the?
I think that is part of the guidelines
Really?
that we recommend.
Bubbling water.
Okay, something actually crazy that was when I was researching about the history of it. This actually started back in the World Wars, and
Really?
one of the major food groups, because they were talking about like food rationing and like what they could feed the population with during
Right.
times of war, and one of the major food groups was butter. There was like 7
Butter.
categories, and one was butter.
Big butter out there. Just
Have you guys ever just taken a big old bite of butter?
no.
That's what I was confused on. I was like, are you
On
telling us to
bread.
cook with butter?
I don't even cook with
I don't
butter.
know.
Olive oil. I put that on everything. I put that shit on my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like
Yeah,
it.
same.
You look
Thanks.
nice.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You gotta lift up your friends.
It's actually a great hair mask.
I want to know because you're not like a foodie, are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Why are you
like
so surprised?
Because I've never seen on your Instagram. You don't take food pictures.
Well, just because I don't take food pictures.
She has
I
a
mean,
secret Instagram for food only.
We've only seen you eat like fruit roll-ups.
It's called Dalya's Dungaroos. It's
Yeah, right.
my only food account.
So you are a foodie.
I am.
Only
Yes.
Foods account. That was
That was
clever.
funny. Oh my god, that went right past
That was
me.
really
good.
funny. Can we keep that, producer Cole? Keep that. Did you take like a class in law school, like food law or anything like that?
I did. I took a food law class.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it. It
That
was,
was-
me and all my friends, and we just had a blast every class.
Did you get to
name
try
the,
foods?
Quick, name the friends.
Rob.
Oh, they're real people.
Yeah. Well, he actually did his paper on this, so I kind of stole it from him. Shout out to
shoot.
Rob.
Shout out to Rob.
I
know
did
he's
my
watching.
paper on food trucks, so maybe I can talk about that another day.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I had one food class in the entire history of my education. I studied abroad in Bologna in Italy.
You mean bologna?
Exactly, the cured meats capital of the world. And we had to do a class. It was a class on comparing an Italian-American restaurant to Italian culture and Italian menus in Italy. So I did it on Olive Garden, and the professor was like offended. And one of the dishes I did was soupa toscana. He's like, none of the ingredients are from Tuscany.
Potatoes aren't from Tuscany?
None of the specific. There wasn't anything specific to Tuscany.
Oh, I
He's
see.
like, they're literally just putting the name on it to make it sound Italian. So I said, listen here, why don't we get the bread steak? And he said, you're being offensive, and he
Right.
kicked me out.
Yeah.
I got expelled.
This was in Italy.
This was in Italy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. I didn't know you were a foodie.
I am.
Well, you never come out with us when we ask you to go to lunch.
I know, every time. No, I gotta keep track of my plate.
She's like, you guys only ask me for chicken tenders. What's wrong with chicken tenders?
They're not
Dad?
on my plate. That's what
They're
it
not
is.
on my plate.
Awesome. So that leads us to our final pit stop of the evening.
More Gordon Ramsay.
Exactly. In the spirit of Hallows Eve, I figured we'd talk about some of our favorite Halloween candy, and we maybe because it's not Jack specific, but
No, Mario. Well, let's do food trucks. We were talking about food trucks.
Ooh, objection.
Come on.
Sustained.
We're talking about food.
Sustained. I'm the saucy judge.
okay, that makes more sense. Mainly because I think you'll tell on me and I'll get in trouble.
Right. You should listen to
All
her.
right, curveball. We're gonna power rank some food trucks in Jack's.
Yeah.
Because the Halloween candy, it was a joke. I wasn't actually gonna do that.
Yeah,
Please
that
don't
was never
tell.
real.
All right, so let's do that. Let's do some food trucks in Jack's. We're each gonna choose our favorite food truck. Talk about the dish that we like the most. Producer Cole, why don't you tell us who is gonna go first? And do not pick me.
Let's go with Dalya.
Oh, putting her on the
Thanks, Cole.
spot.
So I'm going to have to choose Mr. Taco.
You would.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
What?
Like the sister of the brother who's always here.
It's your brother's favorite taco spot
yeah.
was Mr. Taco.
We like Mr. Taco. What do I
Apparently.
tell ya?
Hey, they own
Would you
Mr.
say
Taco.
specifically the one on A1A?
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Interesting.
At night. Do you bring Khalil's wife too because she speaks Spanish? Or?
Oh, what do you like about it?
I mean, I think it's just a solid, simple taco. You know, sometimes these tacos get out of control. There's like random toppings on there that are not traditional taco
That's true.
toppings.
Yeah,
You are a
there's street taco
comes-
type stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just like a good simple
You like
taco.
a good old-fashioned taco from a truck. I don't know why it's country.
Why is it
Southern.
country?
Street taco.
That sounds just like me.
That was my Dalya impression. All right, so the Mr. Taco. So, because we're coming to the good people here live in studio in downtown Jacksonville, pre-recorded. There's a lot of food trucks that come around here.
Yeah.
Hemming Plaza, or the artist formerly known as Hemming Plaza. And then
James Weldon.
James Weldon, thank you. And then near the ViStar building, they have a lot of food trucks.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of options. We could all get super fat during lunch if we wanted to.
I just
Right.
want to.
Only if it was like a hummus food truck, because Dalya apparently only brings
right.
Middle Eastern food to lunch.
Who brought cafeteria food?
Do they have a Mr. Does Mr. Taco ever make it out down here?
They don't, but don't worry. I'm going to reach out to them and make sure they do.
You're gonna write a letter to Mr. Taco.
Yes,
Himself.
his name's Mr. Taco.
All right. So that was you interrupted the actual episode to do food trucks, and you surprised us with a boring boring.
All right, Mario, let's hear yours.
Oh, do I get the honors now?
Yeah, let's hear yours.
All right. This is not a dirty joke. Mine is the Butt Hut Smokehouse. Yes.
No way.
The Butt Hut. Have you guys never been to the Butt Hut?
No.
It is freaking epic, okay? I'm not a big lunch guy. During lunch, eat big lunch because I'll take a nap. I'm going
Right.
to take a nap anyways.
Right.
But I want that nap to be on an empty stomach. The Butt Hut Smokehouse. Look it up. It's amazing. They have, like barbecue, but they do this thing where they put, maybe this is a South thing, Dalya, like a Florida person thing, but they put coleslaw on the sandwich.
No,
Is that normal?
that's a North Carolina or South. That's a Carolina thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coleslaw?
Excuse me. But I had it a few months ago, and it was one of the greatest. I'm not telling this. I'm not being funny here. One of the greatest things I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bold.
What was it? It was pulled pork?
Pulled pork with the coleslaw, all the accoutrement on it was there. The Butt Hut Smokehouse is what it was called.
This does look good.
Yeah, it does look good.
You
Yeah.
take.
Did you try
have
the
to stick-
fries?
Oh, and the fry. You're gonna jump. You're beating me. You
Sorry,
have to
there's a
put
photo
the
distracting.
fries. They have like this, the sauce. It was kind of like a ranch, I think it was, which Big Dairy was all for.
Right.
And it was. I'm just looking at this now. My mouth is watering.
Yeah, it looks
Nick,
good.
Yeah, Nick, you would get all over this.
I need this.
Yeah, forget Mr. Taco. We're going to the Butt Hut.
Yes.
And you can sit there.
Do they have a feast? Like, can you get like
Yeah,
a?
we can make
I'm
it-
like a variety guy. You know, like I don't want to just eat one sandwich and be done.
Try a little
Well,
bit of
that's what the
everything.
normal population does.
Well, then if that's true, then why would they have samplers?
You have to go in there with your butt sticking out, though. That's why it's called
That's-
Butt Hut.
Oh, is it a hut?
It's a hut,
But it's a food truck.
but you have to get inside the food truck. You stick your butt.
They allow that?
Oh, they encourage
I
it.
don't think big food truck would allow that.
But big butts would. So I like the Butt Hut. I think they have a restaurant as well. So Cole is gesturing that he wants to take us all for the platter.
No,
Is that
that's
right,
nice.
Cole?
Yeah.
See?
Thanks, Cole.
Thanks,
Cole sounds very convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when somebody's voice goes high, that means they're not telling the truth.
No.
This is awesome. Awesome.
Okay, so my turn, right?
It's your turn.
I'm going to go with... There's a lot of choices.
There is a few choices.
I'm not going to do Mexican because Dalya stole it.
Don't do it.
I think I'm going to go with the 904 line of food trucks because they have burgers and they have other things too.
Okay.
I specifically like the burgers,
Okay.
but there's nothing better than when fries are done right. And food truck fries are different than restaurant fries. I mean, don't
Okay.
you agree? Can you tell the difference, or is it just me?
I haven't had enough food truck fries to determine.
Yeah, I don't know if I have either.
They always are crispier. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe that's because they're fried fresh. Maybe
Fresh
right?
frozen?
Nope.
No.
Gordon Ramsay not like that. But they also put seasoning on it, and salt's not enough. Actual seasoning, it's all
Like a butter.
Oh, like a
buttery.
Cajun fry?
something like that. Yeah.
Yum.
And it's really good.
That's so that you're going with 904 burger.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought of a question.
Go ahead.
You have to pick one for the rest of your life. Just one. French fries and ketchup, tortilla chips and salsa, potato chips and French onion dip.
French fries and ketchup.
Dahlia?
Chips and French onion dip.
Really?
Really? I'm doing chips and salsa. Look at this.
So did you bring?
So my family, we actually had this discussion before.
Oh,
And-
we're getting, she's like, let me pull out my notes.
No,
and let me call
seriously.
my dad real quick. Dad?
We bought maybe 6 different dipping sauces.
This is
Did you rank 'em?
awesome. This sounds like an
Yes.
awesome day.
So my
know.
family, we go through these phases where we rate things. One time we couldn't figure out what kind of peanut butter to buy, and so we bought 5 different brands of peanut butter.
Awesome.
That's a great
and
idea.
everyone that walked into our house had to participate. So the guy would be coming in, Trishan would come in to fix the lights, and we're like, okay, please try all the
He's
peanut
like,
butters
I
and let us.
have a peanut allergy.
Don't make me do it.
You're gonna eat it. You're gonna like it.
So we decided French onion dip is the best one.
So Dahlia's lunch at high school, right? It's hummus, Lay's potato chips,
Yes.
and French onion dip.
7 different kinds
And
of hummus.
Skippy's
seven,
peanut
seven,
butter.
And Skippy's peanut
7
butter.
hummuses.
Right.
Can we get an invite? This sounds awesome.
I know.
yeah.
During COVID, Nick and I, we would get together and play Yu-Gi-Oh cards from our past,
You weren't supposed to tell people this.
and then we would get
We'll
would
cut
do.
this out. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is big
Call.
for the Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'll bet
We have a
call
brand to
things.
maintain.
The Yu-Gi-Oh community is really big listeners. We would get chicken sandwiches from different fast food restaurants.
Like
and always
McDonald's,
compare.
Zaxby's.
Nick never made it home.
Nope.
He always ate it in the car. Isn't that insane?
I enjoy it.
Well, it's
We're
fresh,
trying
it's
to-
hot.
Yeah, and I'm
it's
just
nice.
by myself jamming.
Leave him
eating.
alone. I got you,
know.
Nick.
You we eat McNuggets without sauce.
Only when Uber Eats forgets to bring the sauce.
Uber Eats forgot on 40 nuggets. They forgot the sauce.
Oh, I hate that.
Can you believe that? Insane.
Unreal.
Cole.
Wait, I have a vested interest. What was the best peanut butter?
Skippies.
Really?
You know, don't sleep on Skippies. I feel like
Big Skippy over here.
no, because I mean, I don't know. Everyone goes to Jif, but there's other brands out there.
No, Skippy
Peter
is the
Pan.
best. Skippy
I'm a
Yeah.
big Jif natural guy, but I might
Yeah.
need to go try Skippy.
But we even had variations of
Did you
Jifs,
like
we did
fresh?
crunchy.
Did you do fresh,
smooth.
from Publix, where they make it like a grind?
No, this was purely
Oh, purely
Yeah,
commercial.
This is the
commercial.
best. This is the best
big peanut butter.
This is the only one I eat. Skippy natural. No need to stir.
The oils are just
That
mixed
shit's
in.
ready to go. You can stick your fingers in and just do peanut butter fingers all day.
Yeah. You do that when you get home?
Not when I get home, right before bed. Yeah. And then I have a big glass of milk.
No,
Big Dairy.
Big
Big
Dairy
Dairy's
says
getting
thank
everywhere.
you.
I need to know, Cole, what would you choose of those 3? French fries, chips, or
I love French fries and ketchup.
really?
It's the best.
Oh, that's so fun for you, isn't it?
Well, and why'd you limit us to ketchup? Why not just French fries and like honey mustard?
Because I
Or
made the
ranch.
rules,
Or
man.
ranch.
Yeah, or
Ranch.
ranch.
Because I made the rules.
That's true.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm Thanos in this example. Do you know who that is? Thanos.
He's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
He is not a Yu-Gi-Oh.
He's the guy on the Sabra hummus containers.
Okay. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. Dalya, we really appreciate you having you on here.
Thank you for having me.
I know you begged and fought your way on here. We didn't want it, but you
Yeah.
know they made us do it. So we hope that you find a Halloween costume
Thank you.
so that you could go out with your nephew and his little
Penguin.
Batman,
Yeah.
Penguin from Batman, or is that what it was?
No.
Wids.
Wits, this made-up character. And in the meantime, go find a food truck. They're everywhere. And try to get in the Butt Hut and have yourself some coleslaw on a sandwich. So until next time, Jax, thanks for listening. We love you. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Podcastville, you guys. We hope you learned a lot, were thoroughly entertained along the way, and that you will be coming back for more. Remember, you can find us pretty much anywhere you find podcasts. You can subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Music. Heck, we're even on YouTube. Go to Instagram, MySpace. I don't care. You can find us. We're there. And remember, if you or someone you know have been injured, reach out to Farah and Farah.